My name is Donovan Sadiq, and you're listening to The Update.
Okay, welcome to News from EDGEmont. I am your host. As you know, my name is Donovan Sadiq, and I'm going to give you the update that has been happening here in the city of Moreno Valley and the latest city shenanigans. Tonight, we had a Boys and Girls Club social mixer, which was hosted by Councilwoman LaDonna Jimson. And in this social mixer, everybody that is everybody in the political world seemed to have been there. And that's a good showing because we are in silly season. I was there, so we are in silly season. But I went live on there, and that's on my personal page, but I shared it with LaDonna Jimson's page. And if you want to see what the mixer was about, it's about 20 minutes long, and we were actually live. So there's an app on your Facebook that you can use, and you can actually do live events, and we're going to start doing that. The thing is, I don't think they can do it for community pages, so we're gonna have to try to finagle a way. I know we can do it outside of Facebook, but I'm gonna try to find a way where I can do it and have it here on News from EDGEmont. But I met a lot of interesting people and new people. I'm glad that they are interested in the Boys and Girls Club here. I've been talking about a Boys and Girls Club since 1977 because I did not think it was fair at 7 years old that we had a senior center, but we had no youth center. So I was a member of the Fullerton Boys Club as my mom commuted from here into Orange County, and she would drop us off at the Boys Club. And we went to Catholic school out there back in those days. So at 46 years old in May, which I will be, I will not get the benefits of participating in the Boys and Girls Club, but maybe as an older person now, I can go in there and volunteer and help mentor some young boys and girls interested in aviation or different school things that they might want to do. I'm pretty skilled in a few things, so I think I could contribute that way because I have plenty of time on my hands, as a lot of people know. But please go to LaDonna Jimson's page, and the meeting is there. So if you weren't able to attend, this is a way where you can attend meetings without having to feel bad that you weren't there and don't know what was being said and what was going on. So please go over there, take a like at it, and let me hear what you got to say. So, real quick, silly season is here, and I am so thankful that Millie Bailey came on the show and put herself out there, because as a young person, there's not many young people doing that, and as a young person, when you put yourself out there, it's very scary because there's other people that been, they're older, they're more experienced, and there's a big machine behind them. And, when I did it last year, even though I was, I'm a lot older, she could be my daughter. So I didn't care. I came from an attitude of I don't care because I'm who I am, and I'm going to be who I am, and that's the way it is. So it didn't really matter to me. But a lot of people have been asking me, well, what happened in the interview. And I want everybody to understand this. And I had a lot of questions, and I asked people, if you were paying attention to the video, and I know it's kind of hard because I put them out in intervals, there were 2 interviews. If you look at the interviews, in the very first interview, she was on the other side of me. And we were kind of packed in a little area, whatever it was, in the studio. But there's 2 interviews. And when Highland Fairview and the Goon Squad and the Edoits started threatening legal action, making me responsible for what was on that page and what she said, that's when I kind of had to pause and find out, what is kind of acceptable to put out and what's not acceptable. Now, this young lady is only 24 years old, and, nobody wants to be sued for things that they can't really afford. Again, she is a former Highland Fairview employee. So there was 2 interviews. We had to call her back in to do the second interview. That's why the second interview, she kind of looks different, and she's on the other side of me. And we did that because there were some things that happened, at Highland Fairview. As she said, they had a differences of opinion. She was promised things. She had went to Highland Fairview to get political support because she was going to run for office, and that's what was promised to her. And then Edo reneged on that. So as a young person, they're not, I'm a middle-aged man, but I'm not my parents' generation. So we're not patient. So I know I'm not patient. So the generation after me is probably less patient. So you had a very former angry employee, and she put it out there. I mean, she put some stuff out there that I was like, wow, you know, you need to go to the DA with this. Has everybody seen the 5 heartbeats when everybody was like, you know, remember when Bird came in there and he's like, what is it that you need? And, you know, she spilt it. She spilt some stuff, but by putting it out, I don't want to be put in a situation to put this lady to be prosecuted. And like I've told all the candidates, LaDonna Jimson's going to come on the show. The Pedens are going to come on the show. Melissa Martinez is going to come on the show. I've invited Victoria Baca on the show, the 3-0 Club. We're not here to be a gotcha. We're here, if you want to throw your platform up, I'm going to ask you some questions that I think that would be common sense things to ask you. But if you don't, I mean, I'm going to throw a softball at you because we're not actually in the political season, but I want people to know who you are. A lot of people didn't know who Millie Bailey was, other than a lot of us that were in the WLC wars. And, you know, now a lot of people know, or not a lot of people, but people are asking, well, who is this? Oh, yeah, I remember her. And, you know, things like that. And that's what this page is about. We're not here to do gotcha. I believe, Donovan believes, that the problem in this city is we don't know who these candidates are, what they stand for, who is politically backing them. And some of the information that this young lady provided in the first interview was very questionable. And by her request and request of people that advised her is don't edit this, don't show this, whatever. And I mean, it's my call, but, you know, I think I made the right call because, you know, she is new on the political scene and she's running for office and she did not want to be subjected to litigation. And she doesn't want to come off as an angry, throw it out there person, but I just wish she would go to the district attorney. I mean, I don't know what would be relevant and what wouldn't, but it can show a pattern. But again, so a lot of that stuff was not edited. We had to reshoot the video. And if you come on my show and you don't like the content, we will reshoot for you because this is not about gotcha. And that's what I'm trying to do. And I have to be diplomatic because the simple fact is if I was a very hostile host and not accommodating, nobody would come on my show. And I don't want that. I want you to come on the show. I want you to take some of the questions. I want to introduce you to the public if they don't know who you are. And just get you out there. I put up this morning it's called a Wiki Corrupt or something like that was sent to me by somebody who watched the show. And they said, you're in Moreno Valley, you want to know who is sponsoring your elected California Assembly leaders, these are the people that are doing it. And I put up Jose Medina, Richard Roth, former general, and I don't have a problem with those people at all. As a matter of fact, Jose Medina is probably the poorest sponsored assemblyman as compared to the other assemblymen. Cheryl Brown is up there, 300 something like that. Jose Medina is probably the poorest. A lot of his donors only give him $100. Richard Roth he's basically average, but he's done a lot of great things in the community. When I put those people up, the more that we know what our representatives are doing, maybe, just maybe, they won't be so quick to put their hands in the cookie jar. And that's the whole point of what I'm trying to do. What I'm doing is, it ain't much, but it's what I can do. And that's all I can do. So, yeah, people are going to criticize this, that, whatever. You know, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me in the least. I mean, yeah, nobody wants to be criticized. I understand that. But the question, this is what I'm doing. And that's all. That's all I'm taking responsibility for. I mean, I'm fighting a lot of battles. A lot of people out there are pissed off that I'm doing some of the things that I'm doing. I met with LaDonna Jimson again because I'm her boss. And, yeah, you know, her husband was at the event tonight. You know, I had to watch my back. You know, you never know. It's a big guy. Jackie's a very, very big guy, but I ain't afraid. I'm not afraid to take an ass whipping. That's one thing about me, and that's one thing that scares my mom because I was never afraid to take the ass whipping. But the bottom line is we have some differences, and that's just the bottom line, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with criticizing your representative because we want action. And if you disagree with me, that's fine. I don't want people to agree with me just because I'm such a great guy. This is about discussing ideas and getting the right candidates to represent us. And what Moreno Valley needs to do, in my opinion, is we need to get that majority. If we can hold our seat here in the 1st district and the 3rd district can hold their seat there, and we collectively elect a good mayor that has our interest at stake and will listen to us, then we can get rid of these Edo forces and the Edoites and all that other stuff. But we've got to hold these people accountable. Regardless of the fighting and the infighting that we do, I am hoping that we can stay focused on the task at hand. This is not about likability. It's about what's best for the community, and I'm all for that. Got to give a shout out to Mama Cat, Misty. Here she is. You know, a lot of people don't see her a lot, but you know, when the cat loves me to death. I don't know what it is, but she loves to come on the show. Belle is sitting down there eating her paw again. And so that's where we're at. I got a lot to talk about, but I wanted to keep this real quick. Go to LaDonna Jimson's page. I'm going to put up another update. We're going to get these candidates out there. I will let you know when they show up. There's Mama Cat right there. Isn't she cute? You see that little white thing on her thing? She's just adorable. But she is very, very whatever. But love her to death, and that's where she's at. But I'm Donovan Sadiq. This is Misty Sadiq. We are out. Have a great Friday, and hopefully we can get another video out by tomorrow. All right. Say goodbye, Bill. And that was Bill.